I'm very, very excited about this. So just to back up and give you a sense of the problem that drove our putting this network in place, we realized that there are many, many ultra rare disorders where around the world there may be half a dozen people affected by a particular disorder. And it may be that each of them has a different mutation. So if you're developing molecular therapies, it's as if there are one-offs of 6 different diseases, even though the disease looks the same in the final analysis. And the problem is when you go to try to develop therapies for these very unique disorders, there really is not a commercial market for doing this. You can't expect a for-profit drug company to drop everything and develop a therapy for one individual unless there's something generalizable in what they do. And then maybe there's something worth it for them to develop the technology that they can then extend to other disorders. And the other thing is much of this technology is so complex and so expensive that individuals who do not live near very large medical centers, very research-intensive medical centers, often can't avail themselves of those technologies, even if they exist. And so the whole idea was to democratize, if you will, availability of these therapies, to make them available to people with disorders that are so rare that there's no commercial market, or disorders that they have in the context of a community that doesn't have a very large academic medical center. And so the NIH, the NINDS, my colleagues and I have put in place just barely, I mean, this is hot off the presses and brand new, a network that we hope will serve the purpose of giving access to patients everywhere and to physicians everywhere to these technologies and to the availability eventually of therapies for ultra-rare disorders. It's a network that allows each individual applicant to come into the process at a point that is appropriate for them and for their institution. So if you're at an institution that can do the preclinical basic studies that validate the potential of that therapy, but you can't do the clinical trial, you can enter at the point at which NIH helps you to do that clinical trial. On the other hand, if you could do the clinical trial because you have a large community hospital, but you can't possibly do the preclinical studies to allow the FDA to approve you to move forward in humans, you can enter the process and use NIH's resources to enable that obtaining of the IND from the Food and Drug Administration, and then take the process from there in your own institution. So we're very excited. We've just had a few meetings of the advisory board to this enterprise, and we've just gotten our first applications in for the process. They will be judged by study sections the same way that every NIH grant is judged, and NINDS will move forward with the meritorious ones to really custom develop, if you will, a contract for that particular institution and individual and disease. And on the NINDS website, there's a great deal more of information and contacts to really get access to this network.